anime group, so hopefully they don't ape out.
Harry and the Hendersons. I had actually never seen this movie before.
I had seen it as a child, but it's one of those movies where I must have seen it at the wrong age or right age, depending on your point of view.
Yeah.
Where just like I knew I liked it, but I had absolutely no memory whatsoever of it. Like I knew it had a big ape.
Yeah. Well, yeah, he's a Sasquatch or Bigfoot, which DB, being the paleontology guy that you are, does Bigfoot exist?
Most likely not. Okay, so here's the nerdy thing about it.
Okay.
An ape of that style would probably be something like a gorilla. So, in the forests of most of North America, this isn't like the tropics, like in Africa, where you would have constant access to fruits and other things. Now, gorillas mostly eat leaves, but also they'd be competing with other animals for said leaves.
Yeah.
But the biggest thing is that bears already kind of filled the niche that an ape would fill in a forest environment.
Yeah.
And apes kind of make do against bigger, angrier predators because they move in groups. But Bigfoot is usually portrayed as being a solo animal.
Yeah.
The other thing of it is that there's no, except for humans, there's no record of any apes making their way to North America whatsoever. There were primates at some point, but they were like lemur grade. But nowadays there's like a couple of monkeys in Central America, but that's it. So almost certainly no Bigfoot. If there was a population of them, it's gone now without leaving much of a trace. Because what do you know? Every time everybody claims to have, or somebody claims to have a body, it's just a rubber gorilla suit that you stuffed full of meat, or something like that.
Of course.
It's like how one of my favorite nature specials of all time was about the Loch Ness Monster. And they basically spent like an hour going through all the reasons it could conceivably be there. It's like, maybe a population of plesiosaurs survived the asteroid, and plesiosaurs can live in very cold water because we have fossils from the Antarctic, from the Cretaceous, and and there up until recently there was a very large population of eels in Loch Ness, so they would have food to eat. And then at the very last minute they go, well, except the problem is that we now have cameras that can point at the loch at all times, and air-breathing creatures like plesiosaurs would eventually come up for air and be spotted.
Yeah. Yeah, and all those pictures of Loch Ness, like, oh, that's a log.
That's a small toy that they like. The famous one is a toy that they did, and what's funny is that if you look at it, you can tell that the ripples in the lake are way too big for something the size of a plesiosaur.
Yeah. But yeah. So, but to get back to Harry and the Hendersons, yeah. So the movie basically starts off.
Well, just to give a quick thing here. So this was made by Amblin Entertainment, and it really amuses me that the best way to describe this is E.T. with Bigfoot.
Yeah.
I think the only real big name in here. Oh, okay. There's two big names in here. John Lithgow as George Henderson, the dad.
Yeah.
Which people might know him from Third Rock from the Sun, as Lord Farquaad.
Yeah.
And then the other one that my uncle actually pointed out to me when I was talking about this was Don Amici, one of the rich billionaires from Trading Spaces.
Yeah. I remember him. Yeah. Oh, and
right, the man in the suit.
Kevin Peter Hall, who plays he plays Harry, who also played the Predator in Predator. He was like 7 feet tall or something like that. He was a big guy.
Yeah, and that is some fine suit work. It's also just a fine suit, in my opinion. Like you could, it is not entirely lifelike, but for what is really a family movie that you can show to youngish children, very it's a very well done suit. I'm sure that suit was most of the budget.
I actually looked it up. Rick Baker did the suit, and he was one of these big makeup effects artists from like the 80s and 90s. He worked on a lot of movies in that time period. I think he did American Werewolf in London was one of his big ones, along with this and a few others. But no, the suits really was very well done. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Also, a minor rule. My uncle apparently used to work. It's just such a weird coincidence that I was in the car alone with my uncle while we were taking something to the dump, and I just happened to mention this movie. And apparently, he used to work for one of the local actresses in this one because it was filmed in the Seattle area. She was the woman in Curlers who sees Harry and goes, "Ah!"
Actually, a couple of other actors I want to mention real quick. So the mom is played by Melinda Dillon, who was the mom in A Christmas Story.
Okay.
And the antagonist in the movie, the villain, is played by David Suchet, who he played Hercule Poirot in the BBC version of the character of all the Agatha Christie mysteries.
Okay, with the Jacques Lafleur, which might be the most like Bob Johnson style name ever for a French character.
Yeah.
But okay, so movie has a very simple premise. John Lithgow plays George Henderson, an avid hunter who has a family of 4, him, his wife, his very enthusiastic young son, and his teenage daughter.
Yes. Yeah, and they're up in the mountains, camping and hunting, and of course they're driving along on the mountain roads, and then they end up hitting our titular Harry here, and
after a scene where the young boy had managed to kill a rabbit that they proceeded to have for their lunch.
Yeah. Yeah, and so they run him over, and then they put him on the top of the car because they think he's dead, and but then he's not. He's still alive, and then they slam on the brakes, and he flies off the roof, and they still think he's dead. So then rather than trying to find like the nearest park ranger or anything like that, they just put it on the top of their car, put on the hood of the top of their station wagon, and go home. Leave it in the car.
Because kid movie logic.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, the hunter Jacques Lafleur had been hunting Bigfoot, and he is confused. The trail just vanished.
Yes. Well, then he finds their license plate on the road.
Yes, because that fell off in the scuffle.
Yeah. Because Jacques Lafleur is like obsessed with Bigfoot, and he of course he goes to Don Amici's character, who's this
Dr. Wallace Wrightwood.
Yeah, Dr. Wallace Wrightwood, who has his own little anthropology Bigfoot thing. Although at this point in his life, he's completely disillusioned and doesn't think Bigfoot is real. So he's just kind of like has this tourist trap.
He has gone full Grunkle Stan.
Yes. Yeah, and then but then of course the Hendersons are sleeping at night, and then lo and behold, Bigfoot, Harry is still alive and gets into the house, and of course proceeds to trash the whole place as a creature like that would, who a gentle giant who doesn't understand his own strength and doesn't realize and his own size and everything. So.
Yep. The other thing I noticed is that this movie has a very anti-hunting slant.
Oh yes.
Because Harry is very much a pacifist. So he finds a deer head on the wall, and he reaches out, pets the deer head. Then he realizes that the deer isn't moving. Then there's the sad scene where he looks around the corner and sees that there is no deer body around the corner, and he flips out.
Yeah.
Whereas like they try to feed him some hamburgers and he refuses it, but he will eat a fillet of fish.
Yeah. Yeah, he's at first they say he's a vegetarian, but I think he's more pescatarian.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which actually, for a Bigfoot living in the Great Northwest, that isn't an unrealistic diet for it to have.
Yeah. Yeah, and so so basically the rest of the movie is the Hendersons trying to figure out what to do with Harry. Do they keep him
hidden? Oh no, he wandered off. We have to get him back. How do we keep him safe from the hunters?
Yeah, keep him safe from the general population, because of course he starts getting spotted by everybody, and he's all over the news, and everybody starts buying guns.
Yeah, which that's where Lithgow's character was working with his dad's gun shop.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean it's I think it's a cute 80s movie, I would say.
Well, early 90s, but basically the 80s.
Yeah. Well, it's 80.
Was it 80 something? I thought this was 90. Okay. Yeah. I've gotten in my head this was 1991 for some reason. My bad.
The TV show version.
Oh, that's right. You were showing me that.
Yeah. They did a TV show of this.
I had never heard of it. It's currently available on Tubi if you want to give that a shot.
Yeah.
For whatever reason.
Different cast of characters or different actors playing the parts, but yeah.
Yeah, I could totally see why they would think of this as like the pilot of a TV or a TV movie pilot.
Yeah.
You've made the suit. Why not?
Yeah. Get some use out of it. But yeah, I mean, I the performances were decent enough. I mean, I should say, Lithgow always is.
He carries this movie.
Oh yeah, he does. Yeah, and he's one of those actors who can do comedy and drama very well. Both of them. He can work in both genres really well.
Yep. Also, there were quite a few just funny bits where, like, you have one bit where Jacques Lafleur just realized that he can go down to the DMV and ask for the Henderson's address. He's like just very tickled at how easy it is.
Yeah. It's America.
And just lots of little funny moments with Lithgow and the family. So, and each character is like they're a very stock character, but they're also very believable in their own way. Yeah.
The other funny bit I thought was funny was when Harry's watching TV, and he's watching old movie with Ronald Reagan, and I'm trying to remember the name of it. It was he plays like a professor who takes in a chimp or something. I can't remember. What's the name of that movie? Bedtime for Bonzo. But yeah, and then he's watching the Addams Family.
Yep. Yeah, and also like Harry himself is very charismatic. We praised the suit before. The face is what makes it. It's just very expressive.
Yeah.
You don't have to doubt what this dumb animal is thinking, or smart animal, as the case may be.
Yeah. Yes, he's smarter than you think, but not quite. At the level of a human. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would say that as far as things I give like tepid praise today. This would be the one I would probably choose over The Rip unless you're in the mood for an action movie, because I think that this one is like, it's not smarter, but it's more punchy. Like it's got more of what I often look for, which is like clever dialogue or whatnot.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Trying to think of another. If there were any other parts of the movie that stood out to me. I guess I guess just kind of to date the movie, how like when word starts to get around about Harry being in the city, I don't know if you could do that today, because if you have it set today, like with everybody having cell phones, it would just like kind of kill the illusion. Yeah, kill the illusion.
Right, found so fast. For that matter, there'd be enough security cameras on every building that he would be found quickly.
Yeah. Well, the other part of it too is their next door neighbor, who's just like like the typical nosy nosy neighbor who's just like constantly has to be in your business.
Yep. Which, of course, is a perfect stock character for this sort of, oh, we have to keep this secret a secret storyline.
Yeah. We got a question here if we believe in the Sasquatch. Go back and watch. Earlier, we kind of got into it, but short answer is no.
Right. If I would say that at this point, if there was a creature roughly the size of a bear wandering around the Pacific Northwest, we would have found it by now. Just because it's not like bears themselves are a mystery. Like at some point, a hungry Sasquatch would have wandered into town and been spotted clearly, especially in this era with cameras. Now, 200 years ago would have been much more practical, but
yeah,
I'm sorry, we are not believers.
No.
No offense to you if you are, but
just don't. No. Put it. He's up there with Loch Ness, and
Now, of course, the counter argument is, well, there's the photo of him right there.
Oh yeah.
What you think they made a suit for Kevin Peter Hall to wander around in?
Yeah.
No, it was much cheaper to trap a rare forest animal.
Yeah. Well, okay. Well, I've been to East Texas. I don't recall ever seeing a Sasquatch in East Texas. Okay. I get it now. Okay, never mind. I get what you're saying, dude.
Okay, that's going over my head. Is that like a regional reference or?
Big hairy guys. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. That's yeah. Yeah. But yeah, no, I think this movie, it's definitely a good family friendly movie to watch, and and I'm sure if you watch this in the as a child, I'm sure you'll have some nostalgia for it. Yeah. Sam Houston National Park. No, I've never been to Sam Houston National Park.
Yeah, and I've only done like a brief flyover through Texas, so again, like I never try to be definitive about anything, but with the evidence I've seen, I don't think it's real. But hey, it would be a much more interesting world if we woke up tomorrow and they like announced it.
Yes. Yeah. But yeah, I'd say give this movie a watch if you haven't already, or if you want to watch it again. It's currently on Netflix.
And the TV show, if you want to give that a shot, is on Tubi.
Yes. Well, I think we've said all we need to say for tonight.